let's see, Colin. He has a kanji question. And he writes, I am set on learning kanji and their readings and stroke order, etc. What I'm wondering about is discovering how to use them. Through the Genki 1 textbooks and the Japanese Core 2000 on smart.fm, I have occasionally discovered that a reading is a vocabulary term or seen a way or two it's used to form various other words, so compounds, such as it's densha, right? I knew the two kanji individually, but didn't know together what they meant, that they meant train. Is it through learning vocabulary terms that people learn what reading is used for? Or to put it another way, when you come across a kanji in text, how do you know which reading it's used, what kanji reading is used? So what do you say?
You know, it's pretty much you have to memorize when each one. But
because in densha, the first kanji means by itself
den, electricity.
Electricity, and the second one
car.
Car. So it's electricity car. So if you just learned the kanji individually, you'd learn electricity car.
Right. But it means train.
But it means train.
Right. The reading wise, densha, this den and sha, see in compound word, we usually use on reading, which is a Chinese reading. And if it's individual, like sha, this densha, this sha, if it by itself, we say kuruma, car. So kuruma is kun reading, which is Japanese reading. So if it's just one kanji, we tend to read in kun reading, which is Japanese reading, which it itself means something. You know, kuruma. If I say kuruma, people know what kuruma is. But sha, if somebody says sha, I don't know which kanji to pick, unless I see, I just pronunciation, I can't pick which kanji that person's talking about. But kuruma, kuruma, I know which kanji. So, but compound word, we tend to use this Chinese reading.
It's one of the things I really like about Japanese is that they convey a meaning, each character. So it's electric car, but you can get, like I always think of hanabi is a really good one to look at because individually it's with fire and flower, right?
Flower and fire.
Flower and fire. So that gives you a picture that it's fireworks because it's not a flower on fire, but that's the image that you're conveying. I think that's really fun, and I think if you're trying to learn Japanese, that you need to get into that to form mental images. It helps you a lot when you're learning versus memorizing just pronunciations and meaning, just the vocabulary meaning, but focus on the pictures in your head. Westerners don't learn that way. We learn letters, and then we make words out of letters, where these have meanings.
Yeah.
So you do need to, in your head, make the visual pictures of as many of these as you can, and it'll really help you, even if you don't know, when you have two together, how to read it, you may be able to figure out the meaning because you know what that is. And in fact, even when you get into radicals, you could see like...
radicals help a lot.
I think Yuki is one where I can look at it and from the radicals in Yuki, because it's ame, isn't it ame?
Ame kamuri.
Right.
The top.
So I know that it has something to do with rain. So that helps a lot when you really start learning the radicals and how they fit together and they make a picture in your mind. So
actually, this densha den is ame kamuri too. This den, that same radical, ame kamuri.
Awesome. I think we still have enough time to read one more. Shanfan, I'm hoping that's how I pronounce it, writes, my native language is Chinese, so it became very easy for me to learn the writing and build up vocabulary. There are many Japanese learning materials taught in Chinese. Some people say it's easier to learn Japanese from Chinese-speaking teacher because we have the kanji connection. But I found many Chinese material too restricted. They always begin with all the rules of pronunciation and grammar, and the conversations are very dull and overly polite. I had to remember all the rules before I could say simple expressions like,
楽しかった。
I tried to learn Japanese many times, but failed because of the boring lessons. And I agree with you. I took Japanese in college, and I didn't remember anything because it was all grammar and all that kind of stuff. I like your lessons about Yuki and Midori very much. And that's back in the old audio podcast. You can go back in iTunes or on our website, and you can get all those. I wrote down all their conversations and tried to memorize them. My Japanese friend said my pronunciation is very good, and I used, I can't read katakana right now, used
タメ口
tameguchi properly. Thank you, Tomi. It's all because of you.
どういたしまして。
However, what I found very challenging in writing down words from your recording is that sometimes I can't distinguish ta, da, and te, de, also the small tsu. So he's talking about, like we were saying last week, kippu.
I think it's she. She's talking.
Is it a she?
I think it's she. It's a girl.
Oh, is it? Okay, I'm sorry, Sean. I said he. It's very difficult. For example, I can't find the phrase kokomatete.
So far.
In the dictionary.
It means, I think it's kokomadede. Kokomadede. Not matete, but dede.
Dede.
Kokomadede. Kokomade means up till here. Kokomade. De is another particle. Kokomade de. So dede is what it is. So it's instead of te, you can probably find kokomade. If you look it up, kokomade, then you should be able to find this word in the dictionary.
Is that do datta or do datsuta?
It's do datta. I think it's a little tsu.
Little tsu,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I think it is a little tsu in there.
Is a difficult one. So how do you write these phrases is his question.
How we write?
Yeah.
Do datta?
It's little tsu then, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but there's no kanji?
No.
Okay.
Do datta, yeah, which means how was it? Is also a difficult one. How do you write these phrases? Do datta. What do you, I mean...
I think it's little tsu as he's having problems with. It's do datta. But I think you can't find it but like itself in the dictionary. And we're going to have to cut here and complete this in a second because we're going to run out of time. So let me stop it and restart it. I think to find do datta in the dictionary.
Okay. Okay.
What would you look for?
I think you have to look it up do, which means how. You will definitely find do, and which means how. And that it's just it's a past tense of this or da. So you're not gonna probably find it in the dictionary. Deshita, do deshita. Do datta is short form, casual form.
Casual.
And then polite form would be do deshita.
Okay.
And so that it's just a what do you call those?
Not slang, but
No. It's a past tense of da.
So, do you have any suggestions on how to distinguish between de and te? And
that's a hard one. De and te. You probably have to get used to it.
Just listen.
Yeah.
I would say again, not that I have a preclusion to anime, but if you can watch. If you were watching anything that's in Japanese or listening to Japanese talk radio or drama, and just listen, you'll start hearing more clearly.
It's very, very true.
It's just getting used to the speed that they speak and how they speak, the cadence and the rhythm and everything. It just takes time to get used to it.
Right.
And then you'll start hearing the difference by tuning your ear to it.
You have to build Japanese ear.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I'm at a point now where I can understand a good portion, if she talks to her family in Japan, I can understand probably 70-80% of what they're talking about. I can't speak it yet, but I'm used to it enough now.
That's the first step. That's how I learned my language too. I listened. Even though I didn't understand any of it, I just listened carefully. I tried to find maybe, 1 or 2 words in 30 minutes TV program. But that's fine. You just have to keep listening, and your ears will catch up eventually.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, that happened to me. So
thank you guys for all your emails. Keep them coming. And as always, we're waiting for another daring person to put together a video and post it to YouTube, either practicing. As you've seen in the past, I cannot spell nor say yokoso, so it doesn't matter if you make a mistake. It's how you learn. Do you think I will ever forget how to write in hiragana yokoso? I will never forget that. Just as I will never forget that French toast cannot be samui. I'll never forget that because I made that mistake. So if you want to post a video on YouTube and send us a link to it, it's awesome. Don't freak out. Don't worry about making mistakes. It's okay. Everybody does it. We're not going to pick on you.
No.
It's awesome to see people trying. So if you want to do it, do it. Send it your emails or links to your YouTube questions or comments to hitomi@japancast.net, and we'll try to feature it in a future show. I want to thank you guys again for your generosity, your support. We really appreciate it, and we will see you next time.
じゃあまたね。
JapanCast.net